Welcome back to 18 News Time once again for a weekly visit to the Dubois County Humane Society on Wordsing Road in Jasper. Donna Hopkins is with us this week, and we have Dixie with us, Donna. And I'll tell you what, Dixie is an interesting story because, first of all, a rather sad story. It is a stray that was found located along the highway at the Dubois-Pike County line, I understand.
That is correct. We found her just a few days ago. She had no collar, no markings, not microchipped, and so we brought her in, and she's already been fully vetted. But she's a very timid little girl, but so sweet. I got to play with her and meet her last night, and she is just wanting a lot of love and affection. And once you get her to do that, then as you see, she's a cuddle bug. She just gets up in here on your lap and just loves on you too. She is just slightly under a year old. They have her birth date as November 15th of 2014. So she'll be a year old pretty darn soon. As I said, she's been totally vetted, and she is heartworm negative, which is a very big plus. And she weighs 23 pounds. As you see by her paws, being a lab mix, usually paws show that they're going to get pretty big. Well, she doesn't have the biggest paws. She's got pretty petite paws. So we're guessing she's pretty close to her growth.
Really?
Yes. So whatever she's mixed with a lab, maybe it was a more petite dog.
I was going to say, exactly for labs, you could obviously determine what you just talked about by the size of a dog's paws at this point of the life. Mm-hmm. So I tell you what, for a lab, a lot of people, that's going to be an ideal size.
That's going to be a wonderful size because some places like rentals, they'll have a 30-pound limit. Mm-hmm. And she would be an ideal kind of a dog because being only 23 pounds and being almost a year old, she's pretty much maxed out. Mm-hmm. So she would be a great asset to somebody who wanted a smaller dog and yet have the personality of like a lab. And as you can see, I'm loving on her and touching her. I touch her feet, I touch her tail, I touch her ears, and there's no issue whatsoever. So she has got a lot of love for someone.
She loves the affection.
She loves the affection, and we just can't hardly give her enough. She has been in foster for a few days, and now she's back with us, and hopefully we're going to get this little girl adopted out very quickly.
Excellent. Now let's talk about a few programs we got coming up.
Absolutely. I'd like to talk about a program we had a couple of weekends ago. It was called the Mega Adopt-a-thon up in Indianapolis. We took a lot of our dogs up there. The glorious thing was, in 2 days, we adopted out 21 dogs. That's a lot. And people say, well, you're Dubois County Humane Society. Why would you leave the county? Well, the reason is because the folks up in Indianapolis, number one, they have a larger population. Number two, they may have been searching their own humane societies up there, but just didn't have the luck of what they were looking for. Bringing in other community dogs gave them a fresh look, a fresh start, and every one of them got adopted that we took up. So we were tickled pink that we had such a success. They do it twice a year, in the late spring, again in the fall, and we're hoping we get invited back again because we felt very good about our adoptions and getting to meet the people and then our little dogs who may have been here for a little while because maybe they'd been overlooked by the locals. Mm-hmm. They found a happy home up north.
Right. Okay. I'll tell you what, go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say,
I'm going to segue into that. Go ahead.
Then we have a big new thing that we're going to be doing. It'll be on Sunday, I believe it's the 8th of November. I don't have the date right here. Yes, it would be the 8th of November, mm-hmm. and it is from 12 to 2. We are having a veterinarian. He used to be a local boy. Dr. Schneider is his name, and he is coming to Jasper, and he will be doing a microchip and a vet clinic. There is a minimal charge, and you do not need an appointment. But we'd like to try it out. We have a lot of people who say, I'd like to get my dog vaccinated, but I just can't afford it. Well, this is at a greatly reduced charge. Okay. And Dr. Schnell he's from Boonville now, that's where his practice is. He will be bringing up veterinarian aid, and they will be doing all kinds of testing. Bordetella, they will be testing for parasites, heartworm. They can clip your dog's toenails. There's just a lot of different things that they can do that will help your animal be a happier animal going into the winter.
Excellent. Anything else you want to touch upon real quick before we wrap up?
Absolutely. We have two transports going up to Bloomington. One is on Thursday, November the 5th, and the other one is on Monday, November the 9th. We need you to come in, fill out the paperwork. We need your signature on the paperwork in order to make it official, and we need payment by cash or by check. We don't have capacity for credit or debit cards. And we would like to fill that up and keep getting these kitties and dogs in to get them spayed and neutered to stop this cycle that we have of people, of little animals like little Dixie here, so that we can stop strays from being out there as the winter gets more upon us and colder.
That's right. And of course, winter is just around the corner. So we talked about it already a little bit with Brenda last week about some of the preparations for keeping cats and, well, just other dogs, any animals, pets that you might have protected this winter.
Absolutely. And again, I'd like to let you know that our hours, office hours, are from 11 to 1. The office hours means that the office girls are here. We don't usually give tours of the facility because during those hours, that's when the animals are being worked with by the handlers, and also their kennels are being cleaned. So we ask that if you'd like to come visit animals, to please come during our adoption hours, which are Wednesday from 4:30 to 6:30. I love you too, sweetheart. And also Saturday from 1 to 3.
I'll tell you what, you took care of my little tag here. Already kind of talked about that. So, of course, the information about Dixie and all the other fine animals available for adoption here at the Dubois County Humane Society can be found on their website at DuboisCountyHumane.org, petfinder.com. Check them out on their Facebook page. That's obviously one of probably the best routes to go to. So, you already went over the adoption hours. We'll leave it at that. Thanks a lot for joining us, Donna. Best of luck to Dixie. Thank you for watching. Weather's next.